Angel City spent $850,000 in fees this month, and they're sitting 12th. Today, what that money's supposed to buy. If you're just joining us, Angel City went into the break outside the playoff spots after cooling off, then flipped into roster reset mode around the reported Ally Sentnor deal. Kennedy Fuller's move to Bay FC is the other half of that reset, trading young, creative upside for funds and for a clearer short-term attacking bet.
This is Angel City Daily. The live transfer tracker is tossing around Putellas, Earps, and Kerr. The table doesn't do us any favors, and Angel City is spending anyway. So what's actually stopping this club from playing in that market? Let's dig in.
This one's from Olympics.
The NWSL may be taking a break, but Angel City aren't resting. The California-based club announced the signing of Ally Sentnor on Friday, 19 June. Sentnor, a fixture of the U.S. women's national team, joins from Kansas City Current in exchange for $850,000 in intra-league transfer funds.
So the rumor we left hanging is settled. Angel City spent $850,000 in intra-league funds on Ally Sentnor. It's official now, and we finally have a real number for this window.
And look at the company that number's keeping. This Olympics tracker has names like Putellas, Earps, and Kerr flying around. And Angel City's right there in the same write-up, dropping $850K on a 22-year-old.
First overall pick in 2024, USWNT regular. For a player that age, $850K tells you the fee budget wasn't holding them back from being aggressive.
Right, so if the money's clearly doable, where's the actual wall? They did this in the same stretch where they've got no permanent coach to pitch the next signing. The spending helps sell a player. The coaching question comes up fast on a Zoom call.
And here's what the tracker doesn't show. Sentnor as a done deal with an extension attached. She's signed to join, but they still haven't locked her beyond this season. The market's moving fast around a club that hasn't finished its own paperwork.
With WSL and NWSL transfer chatter heating up this summer, what's actually holding Angel City back if they want to get aggressive? Is it the cap, the international slots, the transfer fee budget, or the part where they just fired their head coach?
Honestly, right now it's probably all four at once, but let's pull them apart. On fees, Angel City just dropped $850,000 in intra-league transfer funds to land Ally Sentnor from Kansas City. Per the Associated Press, that's actually above the $600,000 record the Current set when they acquired Sentnor last August, so the club is clearly willing to spend real money. The salary cap is still the hard ceiling the whole league has been fighting. It's sat at $3.5 million, and that's the number that's been pushing players toward Europe. The league's answer, per Sports Pro and CBS Sports, is the new high-impact player rule. It kicks in July 2026 and lets each club go over the cap by up to $1 million for players who clear a commercial or sporting threshold. That's genuinely useful if Angel City is chasing a marquee name. International slots matter too. The club already has 6 players out on international duty this window, including Ari Borges and Claire Emsley. So the roster already leans pretty international, and any new signing from abroad eats into that allocation. Then there's the coaching vacancy. Alex Strauss was fired in mid-June, and trying to sell a player on the project without a permanent head coach in place is a credibility problem none of those structural fixes can solve.
So the high-impact player rule sounds like the league finally gave clubs a tool. Does Angel City have anyone on the roster right now who would qualify for that extra million in cap space?
That's what I'm watching heading into the second half. The rule uses criteria like Sports Pro's most marketable athletes ranking, so the eligibility question is live for a club with Angel City's brand profile. But the urgent job is filling that head coach seat, because the cap room and the transfer budget only turn into leverage once there's someone in the building who can sell a player on LA over London or Barcelona. Here's what the Lufkin Daily News is reporting. Let's put a number on it. Angel City sit 12th, 13 points from 11 matches, and the last playoff spot is Seattle on 14. So it's a 1-point gap, but they've played one more game.
1 point. After the week we just had, you'd think we were buried. We're 1 point off the line, and the game-in-hand math is basically working against us.
Up top, it's bunched. San Diego on 25, Utah and Portland tied on 24. The table's compressed enough that a 3-game run can still reshape everything.
Here's the part that stings, the schedule. Orlando at Angel City, July 3rd, 10 p.m. kickoff, holiday weekend. There's the recruiting problem in one fixture. Who signs up for 12th place under an interim coach?
And that takes us right back to the bottleneck we hit earlier. They had the fee money because they spent $850 on Sentnor. Now every target is looking at this table too.
Right. You don't sell Putellas tier ambition with a goal differential of +2 and no permanent coach. The standings are the brochure now.
If you follow California politics beyond LA, check out California Governor's Race. Daily coverage of the 2026 race. Candidates, polling, debates, fundraising, and policy for voters who want more than horse race takes. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts. Next up, Orlando at Angel City is listed for Friday, July 3, at 10 p.m. Eastern. And the NWSL's high-impact player rule kicks in July 2026, letting each club exceed the cap by up to $1 million for qualifying players. You'll find links to every story from today's briefing in the show notes, if you want to spend a little more time with any of them. That's Angel City Daily Podcast for today. This is a Lantern Podcast.